Welcome to Mornings with Patricia. Happy Wednesday. Oh, I'm actually sitting outside on a Tuesday afternoon. It's not really sunny, but you can see the umbrella overhead and the beautiful trees in back. And today I want to talk about decisions. You know, um, when we think about decisions, we think about, I'm faced with this or that, what decision I'm going to make. But actually, every moment of our lives is a decision point, right? From the time that we awake in the morning to do we get up or do we hit the snooze, 5 more minutes, 7, 10 more minutes, or do we get up right away? When do we go to bed? Do we procrastinate, or do we go right to bed? And what do we do throughout the whole day? Decisions throughout the whole day. you know, what route to take to work, what am I going to do, when am I going to do it, who am I going to talk to, who am I going to respond to. None of those things seem like these big points when we're in the midst of them. We seem to think about decisions when they're big decisions, but every point in our lives is a decision point. And when we approach it like that, then we become more mindful. Then we realize that, whatever we decide at whatever moment is going to change our experience. If we get up right away, we may see something that we wouldn't see if we hit the snooze. Or if we hit the snooze, we might experience a deeper relaxation and get up with a different attitude. I don't know. But I'm just saying, it changes. Who do we talk to? Who don't we talk to? What if we do and what if we don't? You see, it's like, I guess what I'm trying to say is we take these decisioning so seriously, like these are the major points, and that's going to change my life. But you change your life all the time by the decisions you make, every moment of the day. And when you approach life like that, then you become more mindful. Then when the big, quote unquote, decisions happen, you have more balance around them. As long as you cause harm to none, as long as you're not causing harm, really decisions just bring actions, which brings about change in your life, whether it's, a minimal change or a radical change. And I often talk with my students, is there in these cases in our lives when it's not involving harm to others, is there a right or wrong decision? And a lot of the near-death experience books and people who have seen the other side, again, whatever that means, say, really, there's no right or wrong decision. Whatever decision you make simply takes you down a different road of experience. So this extra stress we put on ourselves about decisions, and then there's the future decisions, right? The ones that involve the shoulds, right? When you should on yourself. I should do this. I should, if you've moved, I should unpack, or I should call somebody. I don't know that you should do anything. It's what you want to do. It's what, you feel centered in doing. And your whole life is a could, not a should. You could do anything. You can do anything. Should you? Who knows? Right? I don't think shoulds even need to enter into that. But on this Wednesday, this beautiful Wednesday that is, laid open for your beautiful experience, for all your joy, for all your potential, what decisions are you going to make? And when we come to that place, of being very centered, of understanding every moment is a decision, then that changes our emotional pendulum. That changes our emotional response. Because so often I see people, and I've had this experience plenty of times in my life, before I started really working on myself. But, we are so emotive, and so we respond with emotion. But if we can be centered if we can come to that calm place when looking at decisions, then we have that moment to take a breath, and we don't have to be emotional about it. We don't have to respond out of some big emotion. We can take a look around, and we can say, oh, okay, well, this is what's happening, and this is the potential, and these are the pros and cons. And I think the other thing that really, really gets in our way in decision making is fear. And this goes both ways, fear of failure and fear of success. I've experienced both, and I've seen both. What if it doesn't happen? What if I fail? What if it does happen? What's that going to look like? So today, I'm going back for the Master of Arts in Teaching, and in the interim, I would like to go back and work. And so I applied for assistant teaching positions for special needs in the Salem-Keizer area. And today I put in 41 applications, and that was before 1:30. So, 41 applications. Whoa! I made a decision to do that today, didn't I? And it felt good. I never once thought, what if I don't get it? And I never once thought, what if I do? That wasn't even I didn't even have pendulum going with that. I simply did the action and did it with an open heart and happy to be doing it, and knowing that just the right outcome is going to take place. Now, when we do our part, when we show up and do our part, when we make a decision, then just the right action takes place. The universe is there for us. It's happening for us, not to us. And so we're in that ballet and the patterns of decision making. It's amazing what can happen. So I'll keep you posted. Who knows what's going to happen with that? And what an exciting adventure. So I'm thinking about careers, obviously, lately, and if you're in a place where you're looking at careers, and you've always wanted to do something different, you know what I urge you to do this week? I urge you to apply for something you'd really like, but, maybe you've always been frightened to do it. Go apply for a bunch of crazy, wonderful things. For those of you who are maybe retired and want to be involved, this was something I found out some years ago, very, very interesting. I found out that cruise ships will give you free cruises if you go and teach classes, or like you teach a seminar or something like that, so people have things to go to and be involved in on the cruises. So look, you want to travel? Go teach a seminar or a class on a cruise ship. The world is just so wide open when we think creatively, when we don't limit ourselves, and when we don't limit ourselves by thinking that the world teeters and balance on whatever decision we're making for the day, right? Whatever that is. So finding it somewhere deep within you, very, very deep within you, just to have balance with your decision making. So let's do that together. Let's just take a nice deep breath. Let's take another one. Oh, and one more, and you're going to start to feel that ease and that joy. And when you're in that place, when you're in that very centered place, it's an expanded place. And you start to realize, oh, you're here, I'm here, experiencing as Patricia, but who I am is so much more. And that piece of my consciousness is not limited by a fear of anything. It chose to come here and incarnate and experience. Well, once we get into the body, we have such a minute view of who we are, and we think this is it, and then we go through the emotions and all that, and we put ourselves through so much, and limit ourselves. So whenever you're feeling like overwhelmed or feeling like you just can't make the decision, take some nice deep breaths and just remember who you are. I'm just looking at the time here. There we go. Oh, hear the plane overhead. And just remember who you are. That huge expanded consciousness that allows you to experience anything you want to experience. You know, if you're hitting a roadblock in your decision making, back off a little bit. Maybe you're pushing too hard, right? And and if you are someone who is an at-home person, or retired, think about doing something new. Make a decision to add something new. Maybe learn something new, painting or writing, or, and Chemeketa has wonderful classes. The universities have wonderful classes. There's these great seminars at Willamette University. I just, there's so much to do and so much to be involved in if you really want to be, and so much of that is like low cost or no cost. So make a decision perhaps to get out and explore and meet new people. It's interesting. Somebody had told me the other day, because it used to be, well, not dating. I mean, I guess dating, that they would meet each other at shopping centers. But somebody told me the other day that they met someone at a shopping center, and I thought, well, that's just so interesting. And then and I've been noticing in the grocery lines, people just are talking and making connections more. So take time, make the decision to make connections around you wherever you're at. Of course, my family always tells me, oh my goodness, we can't take mom or my wife, Bruce would say, anywhere, because I'll just strike up a conversation. I smile at a stranger and I make a decision to stay and have a total big conversation, because wow, I may never meet that person again, but what a beautiful thing that I got to do that and make that exchange. So find your joys. Make a decision to find your joys everywhere you go. Absolutely everywhere. Okay, well, I hope your Wednesday, I know your Wednesday, not hope, but I know your Wednesday is full of potential. And I know that on some level, you'll make a decision to become engaged with that. So thank you so much for joining me. 1, 2, 3. Oh my God, I love myself. I love you. And I will see you tomorrow. Have a happy Wednesday.